Episode of The Link here on Tuesday, April the 12th, on a really good day here on the beautiful island of Guam. Really good people with really good topics. It's Holy Week, so we'll be telling you about how we can celebrate leading up until Easter, and we head into our next interview with some friends of ours, people who Sabrina and I know we have not seen in person for quite some time. Mm-hmm. However, Sabrina said she did see John Mendiola from Victims Advocates reaching out a couple weeks ago, so that's always good.
Yeah, we saw him at Manelu and Sanctuary, mentorship day down in Huggett. So
very
nice.
Cool. Yeah. And I've had the pleasure of not only being a student of Karen Carpenter's health and nutrition class way back at UOG, but also interviewing her on the KUAM couch back in the days when we would do KUAM News Extra many times. So Karen, it's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
All right, and Victims Advocates reaching out, the new president-elect is former Senator Louise Borja, and she joins us now. And last time I saw Louise, of course, she is a phenomenal musician and a singer. She's got this amazing voice. Way better than mine. Louise, you were actually singing the national anthem and the Guam hymn at the FIVB friendly match that Team Guam had against Team New Zealand. So that's the last time I saw you in person.
Yeah, that was an amazing event, very memorable one for that matter. And they gave me the honor of singing the Guam anthem.
Absolutely. Well, you've had many honors over the course of your distinguished career, and maybe none more so important than this, because now you are leading the organization that gives a voice to members of victims and everything, and certainly that is a topic that each and every one of us as Guamanians completely stand behind. So first of all, we would like to give you, Madam President-elect, the honor of saying, what does this mean to you and what plans have you for the future?
Thank you. Well, so much. I owe a lot to the membership. Of course, we are pretty strong with our volunteerism. For giving me the honor, and actually I'm succeeding Dr. Judy Wonkat. Yep. She was our former president, and so I do have big shoes to fill, and I do have a lot to learn. And with people like Karen Carpenter and John, in the as a team, we're really going to move forward with this organization. And of course, we've got new board members too as well, not just myself, but our vice president is Trina San Agustin. I'm sure you're familiar with her. Mm-hmm. We have Lou Hongi as our secretary. Our treasurer is Odie Jaime, and fundraising chair Brianna Duenas. Our public information officer now is Dr. Judy Wonkat, so she definitely will still be around the organization. My mom is actually the volunteer support chair, and Barbara Tayama. So this is our new board. And anytime we have a new changeover of board members, of course, we look forward to a future with some new events too, and that's one of the things that the new board members are planning.
Mm-hmm. Well, a very humbling position to be in, for certain. But you've done a lot with leadership, and I'm certain that the board and all of the members are very, very happy to have you along. Leading them.
Well, it is a very serious topic, and of course now, because the month of April is Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it was very appropriate that we come on board in this new term and think about how we're going to benefit the community and keep the community safe throughout the rest of our term.
Karen, you've been with Vero for a long time, and as the senator mentioned, the president-elect mentioned, it is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. But I got to tell you, every day that I read these magistrates' complaints and you hear about the reports from the Guam Police Department, it is so extremely heartbreaking to read these reports, and I can't imagine the stories that you hear as the executive director and the work that you do to provide assistance to these victims. And so how is Vero, what are you guys planning on doing to continue to provide assistance to them? And what are we not doing right?
Well, this question was for Karen.
Yeah.
Or you.
Okay. I'm having trouble hearing her. I'm sorry. Can somebody repeat the question for me?
Okay. Well, she was basically saying, Karen, with victims, the month being dedicated towards the awareness of victims and what we have to do as a community, and being such a tenured member of the organization as you are, what more needs to be done, and what is being done to get the word out?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'd like to work ourselves out of a job, but we haven't yet. With COVID, and I know everybody, now is, yay, numbers are down, but during COVID, we've had increased cases.
Yeah.
People had to be isolated, and even when they weren't isolated, more people were at home a lot, and when there's abuse in the home, then that makes it worse. And so we've had increased cases. We've spent more money on shelter and than we have in the past. So it's been a rough time, to be honest. For certainly for members of the island, for abuse victims, and so we're looking forward to again, raising awareness. Of course, every time we raise awareness, then there's more reports, and that's a good thing. We want people to report it so that we can deal with it. But it does mean more work for the nonprofits too, than that assist these victims. And of course, the ideal would be to teach people to respect each other and to not abuse each other. That's always the goal. But in the meantime, our goal is to help the victims in any way that we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and John, certainly this job you have, I mean, it's not a job, it's a calling, truly, for those of you that that take up this responsibility, and it's certainly not one that you can just say it's a 9 to 5, and then and I mean these things are these are stories, these are experiences, these are concerns that you take home with you and everything. So what kind of person characteristically makes up someone who gets involved like with Vero and wants to get in the fight and wants to do the right thing to help?
Since I've been with Vero, I tell you, there a lot of times you need the grit. You need the grit. You need to be able to just hold yourself, hold your composure, because many times these individuals, they either want a listening ear, or they're really, really, truly reaching out with arms that are looking for help. And I tell you, I've cried after a call many a times, and because it's heartbreaking. You listen to the stories, and I mean the passion that you have to have, the compassion, the empathy, the apathy that you have to have is tremendous. I liken to 911 callers. With 911 callers, they go through these traumatic calls as well. And, I've had the opportunity to talk to a couple of the 911 callers, and, we share stories. And man, I tell you, it's just something. You have to have the heart. I mean, the heart is the most important thing in life, because love is the most important thing in life, right? And if you don't have that, then I don't know what to say to anybody, but I would encourage, if you are a person that is willing to help somebody just cope with something at that moment, by all means, let us know. We will get you on as a volunteer. We will listen to your ideas, just your point of view, so that we can make our organization better.
Mm-hmm. Senator, I wanted to ask you, because you've been involved with a lot of different organizations, nonprofit organizations, Make-A-Wish. I've known you for being a leader in that organization, the Guam Comprehensive Cancer Coalition, GAIN. Yep. But why Vero for you?
Well, I had the opportunity to serve as vice president at the request of some of the board members, and I felt like it was like you said, it's a calling. There's no, I don't think there was any reason for me to say no. So I kind of sat in that position and just learning, especially like from John and Karen, who have had the Vero hotline for many years, just to take that phone call. I went to a workshop just recently for Vero, for our victims, and it really was very scary. I felt nervous listening to some of the stories that they had to go through. I really think there is a need, and I wanted to expand my, at least my service to the people and help Vero through this like Karen said, this difficult time where there's more domestic violence going on. I think it's because people are home more often. They're not, they weren't going out to work. They weren't going out to school. There was more opportunities for families to, I guess, be a little bit to stay together. Just kind of made them understand or the frustrations that we're going through with COVID. Yeah, I do have a lot on my plate, but this is a very important mission of mine, and I think, like they said, it's a calling.
And of course, Vero is one of a number of resources and organizations that people that are in need can reach out to. And I know I volunteered, and I know like Sabrina and I have helped out with the holiday hotline in years past. And we've said, I'm not a trained therapist, obviously, but they said, if you get a call, you can direct that to a number of resources. And Vero was always one of the top ones on the list given a certain situation. So how do you see yourself as part of that network of different organizations that are there when people need them, when they're at their most vulnerable?
For me, I think it's the opportunity to serve the people, and your mindset just goes into safe haven mode. You get a call. The first thing you do is you just ask the person, are they in a safe place, or can they get to a safe place so we can bring them to wherever they need to go. Karen could probably answer that a lot better about what happens when you get that phone call and what you automatically do right away.
Yeah, well, as she said, the big thing first is, are you safe? And are you safe to talk to us? In other words, is the abuser not there so that you can talk to us? And then if they are, the big thing for us is all of our services are client driven. So it's up to the client. We don't tell the client what they need. They tell us what they need. And so we ask them, we tell them what our services are. We ask them what services they would like to have or what they need. And then if there are services they need that we don't offer, then that's when we refer out to other organizations. We have a number of organizations we work with in the community. We all refer back and forth. That's the nice thing about our community. We're very open to assisting each other. No one organization can offer all of the needs that people have, can satisfy. So we really do, if we want to meet the needs of the victims and survivors, we need to be able to work together, and sure. I think we do it very well. We're not turned down when we make a call. Victims get and the survivors get the assistance they need. So that, I think, and I do just, if I can, put out our hotline number. It's 477-5552. And it is manned 24/7. So people can call at any time of the day or night. And we do get calls, in the middle of the night. We can put people in shelter in the middle of the night if we need to. We can, assist as much as possible. So it really does, the services depend on what the victim needs and what the survivor needs. And it's up to them. And if they don't want the services, that's fine. Their choices may not be what I would choose, but it's not my life. They're the ones that know their lives. They're the ones that know what they need.
All right, guys. Well, very, very well said. And, Vero is as strong and as essential to our island community as it is because it's got a good team and, of course, strong leadership. And I think that's a testament to all three of you and your team. So thank you very much for giving us some of your time. I realize with the criticality of your responsibilities, there's not a lot of it, but, we do appreciate and we stand ready to help you in any way that we can as well.
Thank you so much, and also as the incoming president, we do have a few events lined up this coming year to hopefully get everyone's support, the community support, and then bring awareness to our victims as well. We are celebrating our 40th anniversary as Vero this year, so it is a milestone for Vero this year.
Well, you guys know you have an open invitation here at KUM. Whenever we hear Vero's on the line or Vero sent us a DM, it's like, all right, they're in.
I know. Make room.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Happy Easter
and
to all of you.
keep us posted.
Happy
Easter.
All right.
All right, we're going to have more on the link.
And the hotlines also, we put that up on screen. So once again, if you are in need for anything, please give Vero a call. You know, no call is out of range, out of scope. That number again, 671-477-5552 to get to Victims Advocates reaching out.
We got one extra 5, so that's right. Yeah, one extra 2, but it's a 477-5552.
Yeah. All right, so we'll be back with more. We are going to talk to our friends at the Society for Human Resources Managers about diversity, equality, and inclusivity in the workplace. That is coming up after the break.
Let us know what's up on our KOM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town on Guam.